Shawn Coleman, part of the Locked On Podcast Network, where at Locked On Grizzlies, we give you all the latest news, perspective, and insight on your Grizzlies every day. It's been a blast covering this team this season, my first season with the Locked On Podcast Network, and for the youngest team in the NBA, it's been a second straight season of exceeding expectations. Now, it's been up and down at times. In January, the Grizzlies were the top defensive team in the NBA, and then in April, they were the top offensive team in the NBA. But yet, for stretches this season of multiple weeks, the Grizzlies have played like a bottom 10 offense and defense at the same time. So goes it covering and following the youngest team in the NBA, especially a team in the NBA that has suffered injuries to many of its best talents. But at the end of the day, health is on the Grizzlies side and depth is on the Grizzlies side. Their strengths are passing the basketball, producing in the paint, and creating advantages through hustle. That's the reason why they lead the league in terms of points in the paint. That's why they're among the league's best in terms of second chance points, points off turnovers, creating turnovers. That's why they lead the league in possessions per game. That is where they create their advantage, by getting extra shot attempts through creating turnovers, second chance points, and also getting out on the fast break. It also fits their strengths to produce in the paint in the half-court offense. The Grizzlies are going to have to get back to doing that at an elite level to be able to counter the fact that they once again are struggling a bit when it comes to shooting the three. Over the past 3 weeks, the Grizzlies are a bottom 5 team in terms of shooting the three. That's a big weakness for this Grizzlies team, is its ability to shoot the three. It's going to have to improve on that ability to be able to have the best chance to play against teams that are more talented and can shoot the three well in the near future. At the end of the day, as I mentioned all season, the Grizzlies' ability to shoot the three and defend the three is what's going to make the difference for them in scenarios where they're playing more talented teams. And if they can shoot the three at a league average rate while defending the three at an above average rate, which they've been able to show at times this season, if they could do both of those things consistently, that's going to be the biggest reason why this Grizzlies team makes the playoffs. After a season in which he was a top 6 coach in the league in the Coach of the Year voting, Taylor Jenkins once again has performed like a top 10 coach in the league this year. And I can tell you that with how much the players love him, how much they love playing for him, this franchise is fully invested in Taylor Jenkins being the coach of the future, and not just through the rebuild, but through getting this Grizzlies team to be in a consistent playoff contender. And when it comes to Jaren Jackson Jr., the fact that he has missed this season is not necessarily because his health is in question. It's just because this Grizzlies team wanted to take full advantage of making sure his health was as good as possible in a year that we've seen health be a bigger question mark than most due to outside sources outside of teams' control. So the fact that he's stayed so the fact that they kept him out to make sure he was healthy, the fact that he's come back and has shown good development in areas of his game that he needed to progress despite missing much of the season, that all is a very positive narrative from his return. So if anybody who says that either Taylor Jenkins or Jaren Jackson, that the Grizzlies are not bought into either one of them for the future, I could not disagree more. I feel besides John Morant, Taylor Jenkins and Jaren Jackson Jr. are the two most critical components to how successful this Grizzlies team is going to be, and for that reason, the franchise has fully bought into both of them for next season and beyond.